Welcome to the Life as an Observer podcast. My name is Ryan Bean. I am your host in self-observation. This podcast is an exploration of physical and non-physical self through discussion around yoga, meditation, self-improvement, self-realization, and practices that elevate the mind, body, soul connection. Let's start observing. Hello and welcome to Life as an Observer. Today is a mindful Monday moment. Not a full episode, just something to get our minds in the right place to kind of start the week. Now, today I received an email from my friend Tom, and I get emails from Tom quite often. Very inspiring words from a man who has lived a very full and very fulfilling life. Hopefully one day I can have him on the show. Today's email from him started like this. Think of the things that have happened to you over the past week that have maybe disappointed and frustrated you. Then, analyze why you were disappointed. Chances are your disappointments came about because your expectations, your will, and your desires are now frustrated. Now, let's analyze our expectations of others. Do you expect too much? If things don't happen the way that you want them to, do you get upset? Why don't you try a new tactic? Don't expect too much from other people. Don't expect that life is going to always happen according to your plan. Realize that people are human. And be especially mindful of the attitude with members of your own family. Try to dwell on the good things that have been given to you and always do your best in everything you undertake. This message really struck to me because I think we do this quite often where we expect a lot of others, but for me, it made me turn inward and say, am I expecting too much of myself? Do I have this narrative that says this is how I'm supposed to feel success? I have to accomplish this task. I have to go to this place. And it reminded me of a yogic principle called santosha. Santosha simply just means contentment in a long way, but it means contentment. Finding our own happiness that's within us, regardless of the highs and the lows of the roller coasters of life. So turning towards Tom's writing today about expectation, when we expect too much and don't receive it, do we find ourselves in a low and not in that place of contentment? Or when we're in that low, do we find that we're too low to rise above that vibration and come back to equanimity? So we need to stop expecting that we're always going to be in the high and that we'll always accomplish and that there will always be successes. There are going to be failures. There's going to be moments that are not as desirable, not as comfortable, and may even put you in a place of a different vibration, that of discomfort or that of sadness or that of even anger. These emotions are valid just the same. But it's what we do after those emotions. It's how we show up. And maybe by first observing what we're thinking, feeling, and what our expectations were. And what brought our vibration to that point. So, as an activity for this Mindful Monday moment, I want to maybe even write down or just start to think about what are your expectations of what you want to get done this week. There may be a few things that are in your calendar. There might be something that you're thinking about you'd like to accomplish. Now, after you've kind of identified those things, is it too much to expect to complete them? Is it a lot on your plate? Are you simply hoping that it'll get done because it feels good to have it on your calendar? Or is it really not realistic? And thirdly, are you okay emotionally and mentally if you do not accomplish them? See, we need to step back into realizing that we're human, that we operate on different levels of energy. Some days we're feeling quite energetic, and some days we're not as much. It may be due to our diet or our sleep or the external factors that are sort of pushing our energy along. And maybe it's our mind, body, soul activities, our breath work, and our meditation that keep us elevated, and maybe we've missed it. We've run out of time or whatnot. I want you to see if you can. Remember that you're human, and don't dwell on the things that you don't accomplish, but dwell on or shift your awareness to the things that have been given to you, the things that you have, the things that you're grateful for, the things that you are accomplishing, and not the things that you're expecting to accomplish. Taking a moment here to just observe ourselves and our own energy, our equanimity. Let's just take a breath in through the nose. Let your heart rise. Let the ribs expand. Feel the essence of your being here, and slowly releasing through your nose. Take a mindful, large breath in through your nose, letting the ribs expand, letting your heart lift, and slowly release. Taking 2 more like that. Just being in this place, this time. You can close your eyes if you're not driving, and just sort of feeling your energy expand and letting it contract. 1 more breath here, being with this, and I want you to see if you can hold at the top of this breath. Just being there in that hold. And slowly release the breath. And hold it at the bottom. Being in that moment where you're just observing that moment of quiet, that's still, that non-movement of energy, just residing in this grounded, safe space. You can breathe at any time. Think of the things that may have disappointed or frustrated you, and analyze why you're disappointed. Because the chances are those disappointments came from your expectations. Thanks for joining today, friends. See you on the next episode of Life as an Observer.